Hello YouTubers, this is SteamieWithGlasses here. First things first, out of all the Spectrum vehicles and aircraft, what would you consider as being the flagship? Well, for me, without question, it has to be this, the Spectrum Pursuit Vehicle, or SPV for short. This here is a model of the SPV which I purchased from Amazon, and you can see that, looking at it first of all, that the actual livery of the SPV is mostly greenish grey, which is quite interesting due to the fact when you actually look at the model in the television series, it's sort of a bluish grey. As you can see, it is a very interesting model indeed, and as I said, I've purchased this from Amazon. It's actually a second-hand model that was released back in 2001 at the time when, which was the very last revival of Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons. And as a child, when I watched the revival of Captain Scarlet when it was revived back in 1993, I never had a model of the SPV. Never did when I was a child. But I do recall when I was staying with my grandfather's house some years ago, I remember playing with this model of the MSV, the Maximum Security Vehicle, which was a toy that my uncle played with when he was a child, and I remember playing with that very toy at my granddad's house. As you can see, it is a very interesting model. We got the Spectrum logo there, and you have the 10 wheels underneath, and here, of course, are the tracks at the back, and we can actually push these down, push the tracks down like that. And it's interesting, the fact is, we never ever, in Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons itself, we never ever see the tracks go down in that configuration. And here we got the aerial of the vehicle, the radio configures the radio receivers, which actually go like that, and basically like that. It's best to stay up in that position. Well, here is the front end of the SPV, and yeah, it's very well detailed with the front section here, the logo there, and the word SPV there. Now, now you can see here we've got a model of Captain Scarlet in here. Now, if I press this button here, Captain Scarlet, if I just put the camera down for the minute, if I press this button here, Captain Scarlet will eject from the vehicle. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That was a demonstration of the ejector seats there. Yeah, so this is the little model of Captain Scarlet, which comes with the vehicle. Yeah, he's very well detailed indeed. You can even see his face. It's very well detailed. Now, you may have noticed that there's a little hole here where the ejector seat is actually positioned. And if I just push this down like that, just push him back down in there. Well, you may have noticed there is a hole, and the reason why, because there is actually supposed to be a hinge there for when you press that button, this hinge, the actual hatchway flips out, and supposed hence why for Captain Scarlet to come out. Unfortunately, the reason why it's like this is because, as I said, this is a second-hand model, and it did state there are some things missing, like the hatchway here, which as you can see is broken off, but nevertheless it's not too much of a concern really, considering this was a second-hand model. Now if I press this button here, this door here will slide open. There you go, the door slides open like that, and as you can see the door faces backwards like it does in the SPV. Now some of you may not know this. You may wonder why the SPV has the doors facing backwards. Well, this was actually something that at the time when Captain Scarlet was in production, Jerry Anderson stated in behind the scenes of Captain Scarlet on special DVD that at the time there were considerations for all passenger seats in aircraft to be facing backwards rather than forwards. So he took that into consideration with the idea of the SPV having the seats facing backwards, so that you have a crash, the back seat will protect you. And that is something that Jerry Anderson admitted that he regretted regarding the design of the SPV, because this was something that never really caught on. So there we go, we just push that back in there like that. Now if we just push this open, this actually opens up. This whole compartment here actually opens up. If I can just open it. Very, very carefully. There we go. And as you can see here, we have Captain Blue in here with the all of the controls. And you can see it's very, very interesting with all these stickers, all the monitors and everything. You can see the Spectrum logo there. It is very well detailed, and there's the screen in the middle. It's very interesting that, because you think, in the actual SPV itself, you think that's the actual, if you look, that is the main compartment where the driver sits, and yet here in the model they actually kind of incorporated another compartment where the model is, and you can see it's a very well detailed model of Captain Blue there. Yes, now this button here gives a there is some actual sound, not just sound effects, but actual talking. Just press it.
You must increase your speed, Captain. Spectrum is green.
Yep, there's the boom 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 boom, like that. Just carry on pressing.
Hurry, Destiny has made a forced landing.
That's Colonel White.
But we can't go any faster, Colonel.
Captain Scarlet.
The Mysterons have got Destiny Angel.
Sounds like Captain Blue there.
You must increase your speed, Captain. Spectrum is green.
And just this one more time for this. My favourite bit. So basically the model with the SPV comes with these two missiles here, plus this parachute here, which goes with the ejector seat. Also, with the model of the SPV comes this model of the this snow track, which as featured in the Captain Scarlet episode Avalanche. As you can see here, it says here liquid oxygen frost line defense system. You may have noticed, if you look, there is a missing section here. Again, that's a missing part of the toy. And basically, this is actually the reason why it's all like deliberate cracks in, is that this is basically a target vehicle that comes with the SPV. And you can see it's very well detailed indeed, and you can see it is quite. If I get the model of the SPV itself, as you can see, the snow track, the target vehicle, is very small in compared to the SPV. In truth, of course, in the episode Avalanche, the snow track is about 3 or 4 times bigger compared to the SPV. Also, what's missing from this model is a model of Captain Black in his Spectrum uniform. So, there you go, folks. That's my review of this model of the Spectrum Pursuit vehicle. This is SteamieWithGlasses signing off. Goodbye.